Hey, Lexington.
Got $1? Only $1, and you could get approved from American Car Center, the king of credit.
Don't wait for your refund.
Get approved now. Bring us your tax return, and for only $1 today, you can drive it away.
We've got your back. Whatever your credit history, we want to approve you for a high-quality pre-owned vehicle.
And they all come with a limited warranty and oil changes for up to 3 years.
So come see us today and get that yes you've been looking for.
Shop AmericanCarCenter.com or visit your local store because the king of credit wants to approve you today.
Lexington Clinic, your doctors for life.
A good Thursday morning, everyone. I'm Dia Davidson. Welcome to LEX 18's extended coverage of, yes, more snow. In fact, the third storm in just a week. LEX 18 has you covered. First, we're live at the scene of a partial collapse of a downtown Lexington parking garage. Our team anchor Chris Goodman, along with reporters Jacqueline Nye, Claire Kopsky, and Alex Valverde will join us live from all across the Bluegrass with a look at road conditions in Lexington and beyond. And after days of working around the clock to clear Kentucky's roads of snow and ice, road crews were right back at it this morning after a new weather system rolled in last night. And forecasters say it will take time before things finally quiet down. Meteorologist Emily Goodman will have the very latest. Now, before we get to your weather update, we want to update you on the breaking news that we've been following all morning out of Lexington. The weight of the snow and ice has caused a partial collapse of a downtown Lexington parking garage. LEX 18's Carolina Buchek joins me now live from the scene at the corner of Mill and High Streets.
That's right, Dia. This is just something you really need to see to believe. I can try to describe it all that I can, but the best way to really show you what's happening is to just show you. Take a look. There's just a hole in the ground right there in that parking structure. This is a partial collapse, we're being told. You can see other parts of the parking lot. Well, they're still intact, and then there's just this hole in the ground. You can see some of that structure just hanging on down there. We're seeing cracks in some of the wall that's by the sidewalk and everything. It's all taped off by yellow do not cross tape, so they are not wanting people to get close to there. Now, as far as what really happened here, all we are being told for now is that yes, the weather is responsible. They believe that is what caused this, but they tell me that structural engineers are out here and they are really trying to figure out what exactly happened. So they're not wanting to say too much until they finally know what exactly caused all of this. Of course, the positive news, no one was hurt. No cars were even damaged, I'm being told. So that, of course, is positive. We're also being told that a plow crew that was nearby, they heard this happen. They did not see it happen, but they heard this happen. So you can imagine how frightening that was. So all morning, crews have been here trying to figure out what's happening, making sure no one's been hurt, which is the good thing here, that no one has been hurt. We're going to follow these updates, and as soon as we know more, we will let you know. Live in Lexington, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.
Carolina, thank you so much. Now back to what's been a very busy week for our team of meteorologists after a third round of winter weather. Emily Goodman joins me now with a look at what life is like the rest of the week.
Well, the good news is, Dia, things are calming down as we speak right now. There are still a couple of snow flurries and snow showers flying around, so we may not be completely out of the woods just yet, but the worst is definitely over. What you woke up to this morning is pretty much what is going to be hanging around for the next several days as we continue to see temperatures holding well below freezing. Today, we may get up to freezing, but there will be very few spots in Kentucky that make it over that freezing mark. Right now, Max Track Live Doppler still showing a few of those scattered but lighter snow showers around, maybe just north of Harrison County there in northern Harrison County, pushing on up into northeastern Kentucky, a little line back down around the Bardstown, just east of E-Town, stretching all the way down toward Bowling Green, and then some heavier snow showers right now falling across the river over into Indiana. What you see outside right now, probably a little bit too light in Lexington to even be picked up on radar. We have had some freezing drizzle going on this morning, also some scattered snow showers, and we may continue to pick up a little bit more of the same activity as we roll into the rest of the afternoon. A little bit more action. That's what we had rolling through last night that's pushing over to the east. The low pressure system sitting down to the south. Now, as far as how much snow we picked up overnight, there was a good swath that picked up almost half a foot of snow. That included Rockcastle County, a chunk of Madison County, Jackson County, Estill County, and pushing further toward the Campton area. Lexington between 1 and 2 inches of snow. These are radar indicated totals, but we have had some reports of the very deep snow down in southeastern Kentucky, which we mentioned 3 to 6 inches. And so most of those locations in this darker blue got up closer to the 6-inch mark than the 3-inch mark. We do still have the winter storm warning in effect until 7 p.m. today. Winter weather advisory for northern and northwestern Kentucky, so we'll continue to keep our eye on this system. A little bit more accumulation is possible as temperatures remain very cold right now, 25 degrees in Lexington, but whatever is falling could stick. I think what would be the worst is if we continue to see the freezing drizzle. That may put a thin layer of glaze of ice on the top. For now, just expect gloomy conditions for the rest of the day. Very cold temperatures. The winds are going to pick up as well, making for some very cold wind chill factors coming up overnight, and maybe even a possibility of a little bit added snow accumulation. We'll look at the rest of your forecast in detail in a few minutes.
Emily Goodman, thanks so very much. Well, if you had to get out this morning, you already know side roads slick, but the main roads, for the most part, looking good. Chris Goodman and Jacqueline Nye braving the cold, keeping an eye on conditions in Lexington. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, Dio. Actually, Jacqueline and I have been reminiscing about, I don't know if you guys realize, 6 years ago this week is when we had that big 10-plus inch snowfall in Lexington. And I was here at LEX 18. You were at University of Kentucky stranded.
I was. That was in my last semester at UK. We were snowed in my apartment for a week. Classes were canceled. Wow. And the snow was so bad that week. And it was fun as a UK student. And this year is nowhere near as bad as it was that year. The roads, you can tell, for the most part, are kind of clear. Some patches are still a little rough. I was driving downtown a little bit ago. I know, Chris, you've been all over the place.
Yeah, we were out in Hamburg earlier this morning. The roads were certainly rougher this morning. I mean, the road crews have just been doing a phenomenal job for a whole week straight, working around the clock. They have definitely been getting these roads cleaned up as quickly as we can. But
and it's hard for them to keep up today when the snow just hasn't stopped.
And by the way, I got to say one more thing. It's funny you were snowed in at UKC. We're not allowed to be snowed in at LEX. You know that well now, right?
I do. Now I know.
We have to get to work no matter what. Dia, I know you know that too. It's Jacqueline and I, Chris Goodman, out at Russell Cave Road right here near the station. We'll send it back to you.
You know, we had a member of our production team who actually walked to work because their car was stuck in the snow. So dedication all around. Now let's take a look at another main artery here in Lexington. From the LEX 18 traffic tracker, this is what it looks like at this hour at the intersection of Nicholasville Road, Alumni Drive. It's not far from UK's campus. Remote and in-person classes are on regular schedule today, guys, and Kroger Field open and hosting today's coronavirus vaccine clinic. As you can see, Nicholasville is pretty much clear, but it looks like Alumni Drive still got some snow cover. If you have to get out and about today, watch out for slick spots and please drive slowly and keep a safe distance. During LEX 18 News at Sunrise, Claire Kopsky said she could have skied to Winchester on the snow-covered interstate. And some good news, things have cleared up quite a bit, but some other roads still a mess. Claire joins me now live in Winchester with an update. Good morning, Claire.
Well, Dia, good morning to you. I'm grateful I had a car to drive instead of having to ski, but truly the roads have been very covered here in Clark County. Behind me is US 60, which if you take Winchester Road all the way out from Lexington, this is what you'd be on. We apologize. We've got an emergency crew coming through here right now. But this is about the best that I have seen all morning. This parking lot that we're in right now, quite frankly, the best I've seen. And this entrance into here, you're still sliding around. And that has been the trouble that we've seen. It's just been this thick slush that everybody's been dealing with this morning that's been causing roads to spin, causing cars to spin out like this one. The driver that we talked to had to enlist help from another driver who helped him push the car into a space where it would not get hit from other cars spinning out. We caught up with that driver to find out just how frustrating these conditions are.
If you guys got a car that sits real low to the ground and you don't think that you can get out, don't even bother trying to start the car and go anywhere. Just stay home and stay safe.
Now, I have to agree with him. It's really sloppy out here, and in order to help crews have some more space to clear these roads, it really is best to stay off of them. Well, now let's head down to Richmond, where Alex Valverde has been tracking the conditions in Madison County since very early this morning. Alex, I'm really hoping that Madison County looks better than Clark County.
Well, Claire, compared to this morning, things are much clearer here in downtown Richmond, where we are right now, although there is some precipitation, a little bit of flurries that have started coming down just in the last few minutes, but hopefully it doesn't pick back up too much to add into the snowfall from overnight. But most of that snowfall, as you can see behind me here in downtown, has been cleared from those streets. I mean, you can kind of see how much has fallen by looking at some of those parked cars that were here overnight. They may have some trouble getting out later on today, but this was just the latest storm, of course, this week to affect the area. Madison County Emergency Director Dustin Heiser has said this morning there were nearly 500 customers without power. However, most of those were a result of the storms from earlier in the week, and crews have been working through the morning to restore the power to those affected. But outside of that, the director says road crews have been keeping up with the interstate and other streets in the area, and really no reported vehicle incidents. Now, he's saying that things aren't too bad right now. You're just going to want to be careful around some areas that may have not quite gotten cleared yet from the snow, some areas that plows haven't hit, maybe like side streets or even some parking lot areas. Actually, earlier we went to go get some coffee and we may have gotten stuck trying to get into the parking lot, but we made it through and we did get our coffee, so we are wide awake. We've been out here since this morning tracking these conditions. For now, though, we are going to send it back to Dia in the studio.
I agree. A good hot cup of coffee is a necessity. Guys, thanks so very much. And we are also checking on power outages across our state. Thousands of people, though, remain without electricity, according to the website poweroutage.us. Eastern Kentucky is getting hit hard with the majority of outages reported in Boyd County. But here in Fayette County, zero reporting of outages. We're going to continue our all-day extended coverage of this third major winter storm of 2021 right here on LEX 18. You can also follow the latest developments on our website, lex18.com, and be sure to download our free LEX 18 News app on your smartphone to get weather updates on the go. And before we go to break, here's a live picture from our weather cam. You're looking at the Keeneland racetrack. Meteorologist Emily Goodman going to be back with another check of today's winter storm. And dare I say, a warm-up could be on the way? That's next as our extended coverage of snow continues right here on LEX 18.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather. The experience you trust every day. The accuracy you need on every device. With MaxTrack, the only live Doppler in central Kentucky. So while seasons may change, our commitment stays the same. When Kentucky weather is at its worst or at its best, you can count on us. LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather and MaxTrack Live Doppler, the most trusted name in local weather, in partnership with Community Trust Bank.
I'm Vinnie Politan. I stood before a jury on both sides of the courtroom. First as a prosecutor, then as a defense attorney. But with Court TV, you're the jury. You see every moment of testimony.
Y'all know I didn't do this.
Every story unfold.
I'm sorry for my crime.
Until a verdict is rendered and justice is served.
The all-new Court TV. Now on WLEX Digital Channel 18.4.
right. Finally seeing round 3 of winter weather in the past week. Winter storm kind of winding down just a little bit. Still some flakes, though, flying on our Keeneland camera. You can kind of see those along the track now and again. I would say the snowflakes, though, are better than the freezing drizzle. We really don't want to continue seeing freezing drizzle or freezing rain because that can just continue to add insult to injury when we're talking about how much snow we've already picked up, how much sleet and ice we've already seen just in the past week and day or so. And so still a lovely shot out there. Also, the snow really hung pretty to the trees and clung. So made it for a really nice view this morning if you didn't have to get out in it. Of course, we're still tracking the very tricky road conditions. That's going to last through the rest of today. So if you do have to travel, give yourselves plenty of extra time and slow down. Temperature is well below freezing right now in Lexington, 25 degrees. It is 19 in Indianapolis, 15 in St. Louis, 9 degrees right now in Kansas City. The bad news is we get a little colder before the warmth comes in, but obviously the good news is the warmth will be heading our direction over the next few days. For our weather headlines today, a few more of those continued snow showers possible for us. Travel woes will be an issue through the rest of today and maybe even through the weekend as well. Friday for the day tomorrow, we're still very cold, but at least we're drier. We finally get rid of a lot of these snow showers and the drizzle, freezing rain showers, and start to dry out a little bit. As we move into the weekend, very low chances for any kind of precipitation. We may even see some sunshine headed our direction. So let's walk through future track now. There's still the possibility with those northerly winds, and we're still going to see some of that Arctic air kind of situated right over the state today. Continued scattered, hopefully lighter snow showers will be the case off and on through about the rest of the afternoon. Stopping it here at about 30 minutes at 11 a.m. We'll see maybe just a few of those snow showers in Lexington and that line stretching down through Bowling Green like we saw on Max Track a few minutes ago. It continues to gain a little bit of strength as it pushes towards central and southern Kentucky, the same places that got hit overnight. Could potentially pick up maybe a couple more coatings of snow. We're talking minor amounts of added accumulation, possibility of some rain showers in far southeastern Kentucky, but that could also mean freezing rain again. So we're not finished with it completely just yet, but most of us will be by the time we roll into sunset tonight, shortly after that. Maybe a few flurries left over, but then the very, very cold air will continue to reside over us for the next few days. But notice how Friday stays completely dry. High pressure just to the south. We've even got some sunshine coming up for part of the day Friday, and I think we're going to see more coming up on Saturday as well. So future snowfall totals, it looks like one particular model shows maybe picking up as much as another ½ inch across a good chunk of the state. There could be a couple of spots that pick up maybe another inch with these continued but scattered snow showers through the rest of the afternoon. We have one last push of this Arctic air. Friday is going to stay cold, well below freezing. Even Saturday should be below freezing. But by the time we get to Sunday, we are talking about some significant warming coming up. Wind chills, though, that's going to be the worst of tonight. So we're going to continue to have to deal with the winds picking up this Arctic air, making it feel closer to the single digits tonight, maybe a couple of spots dipping down to feeling like 0 degrees. Tomorrow, much of the same. Tomorrow night, I should say, into really early Saturday morning, it could be feeling like -10 degrees in some spots. So I'd say the coldest of the nights are coming up Friday night into early Saturday morning. Then after that, we start that slow warm up. That cold air really pushes out of here. We actually have above average temperatures for Canada, and we are going to get in on some of that action as well, as we could be maybe 15, 20 degrees warmer than average by the time we get to the end of the 8-day forecast. For today, high temperatures around freezing. Again, some freezing drizzle, maybe some light scattered snow showers, light added accumulation still possible. Lows tonight down around 8. Bitterly cold, wind chills down as low as 5 degrees. And then we see there's hope coming. 36 degrees on Sunday, a chance for rain showers early on Monday. And then we see the 40s and the 50s in sight late next week.
That's a relief. Emily, thank you. Now let's get another look at road conditions from Lexington from the LEX 18 traffic tracker. This is a look at several of the main ramps and intersections all around New Circle Road. Some are clear, but some still very slick. So take your time if you're heading out. More of our extended coverage of this third winter storm 2021 after this break.
All right, Roberta, hit me again. One more time.
Get ready for the chill of a lifetime. Register now for the Lexington Polar Plunge on March the 6th at the new Texas Roadhouse on Richmond Road. All proceeds benefit Special Olympics Kentucky.
LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather. The experience you trust every day. The accuracy you need on every device. With MaxTrack, the only live Doppler in central Kentucky. So while seasons may change, our commitment stays the same. When Kentucky weather is at its worst, or at its best, you can count on us. LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather and MaxTrack Live Doppler, the most trusted name in local weather, in partnership with Community Trust Bank.
Good morning, Chris Goodman and Jacqueline and I broadcasting live once again from the corner of Russell Cave and New Circle Road. Emily was talking a little bit earlier after this latest snowfall. This is winter wallop number 3 now for keeping count.
Yes.
How pretty it is to look in the trees. It really is. It's a pretty snowfall we finally got, but still making for a mess on the roads.
Yeah, it's definitely better than it has been the last 2 snowstorms with all of that ice. This time I was driving in downtown Lexington. I know Chris has been kind of all over the place this morning, but North Broadway going out of town was a little rough, I will say, but I did notice if you're on North Broadway heading into downtown, it looked like that side of the road was in a little better shape, but as you can see, the snow is still coming down, so it's hard for those road crews to keep up.
It really is.
And of course, they're getting the main roads done first, and then going to all of those side roads. Chris, what have you seen with the roads?
I've just noticed, yes, this morning, because I left at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And they were still a little bit tricky at that point, even I-75, but they started getting the roads taken care of again. I want to give a big props to all the road crews who've been doing a wonderful job working nonstop all week. Winter Wallop 3, at least Emily said we're going to be getting some melting starting Sunday, hopefully. So it's coming. The end is near. Chris and Jacqueline live. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Christopher, you got so much energy to be out there in that cold. I want some of that. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Jacqueline. Here's another look outside from our weather camera at the 21C Museum Hotel. A snow-covered roof. Beautiful scene from above. Meteorologist Emily Goodman is up next with another check of your storm tracker forecast.
What would I do if I had more time?
Wow.
If I had more time, I'd call my grandma back. I miss her.
I'd go straight to the studio and dance my little heart out.
I would take up the guitar again because I have always wanted to be a rock star.
I would love to spend more time laughing.
I'd empower women to move.
I would do more of what I want to do and less of what I have to do.
If I had more time, I'd give it all to her.
If I had more time.
If I had more time.
If I had more time.
In 2008, at the age of 37, I suffered a heart attack.
and I never saw it coming.
At 10, I was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy, and at 22, I had a heart transplant.
Thanks to research funded by the American Heart Association,
so many of us have been given more time
with our families, more time with our dreams, and more time to accomplish the things that cardiovascular disease tried to take from us.
And we're not going anywhere.
The hits just keep on a-coming.
Round after round of winter storms swept through Kentucky.
Third winter storm in 8 days.
LEX 18 was everywhere you needed us, with more hours of extended coverage.
Larry Smith is out covering.
With more people you trust, braving the cold to tell your story.
In Georgetown.
In Montgomery County.
Anderson County.
Grant County.
In Laurel County.
Live in Lexington.
Keeping you safe, informed, and connected on every device.
So we're right here on LEX 18 all evening long.
Count on LEX 18, everywhere you need us.
Court TV has returned to television,
bringing you the cases that change our world.
My client is on trial here for his life.
With live gavel-to-gavel trial coverage from across America. You will be there for every compelling moment.
Did you lie to the detective?
Couldn't keep my life straight.
as history unfolds.
Guilty of first-degree murder. Emotions rise, and justice is served.
The all-new Court TV. Now on WLEX Digital Channel 18.4.
Well, after waking up to more snow across the state, we're finally beginning to see the action calming down somewhat. Max Track Live still showing some activity outside right now. Lighter snow showers, that's for certain. It's not coming down at a very heavy speed, at least here in Kentucky, but southern Indiana picking up some of those heavier, more moderate and heavier snow showers. For most of us across the state, there's this little line right back here that could continue to bring us a few more scattered snow showers. We still have some stretching down through the west part of Tennessee. That's all moving to the northeast. So yeah, we could still pick up maybe just a little bit more added accumulation. Lexington, maybe another half inch for a chunk of eastern Kentucky. The places that got the most overnight and really early this morning could pick up as much as another inch. We're not talking several inches of snow, though, that's coming our direction. Minor amounts expected if we do add any. And then, of course, very, very cold for tonight. Low temperatures down around 8 degrees. The warm-up is in sight. Finally, calmer weekend ahead. Highs in the 30s on Sunday, above freezing, 40 degrees on Monday, and it looks like we have the 40s and 50s next week.
I tell you, I saw a guy last night wearing shorts going to the grocery store. I'm just going to leave it there. It's a winter wonderland for a lot of Kentuckians, and we want to share some of your pictures. Barbara Wilson sent this to us from Moreland. Frosty is definitely in his element. Not all birdies, though, fly south. Brenda Bowen sent us this picture from Lancaster. You can see 4 birds finding a good place to eat and avoid the snow. For some of the snow, it's a welcome sight, but not for everyone. Alyssa Cummings sent us this picture with the caption, "No longer amused by the snow and ice." This mockingbird's expression, her expression speaks for many of us. Thanks for sharing. We want to see your weather pictures. If you can do it safely, please take a snapshot and send it to us. Log on to the LEX 18 Facebook page and you'll see a post where you can leave your pictures in the comment section. We're so glad you joined us for this extended coverage of Kentucky's 3rd winter weather blast. We'll have weather updates throughout the morning, as well as get the latest on road conditions beginning at noon. Remember to keep an eye on our social media pages and website, lex18.com, for news and weather updates. See you at noon.
LEX 18, it's about time we fit into your schedule. Streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
WLEX TV is joining our regularly scheduled program In Progress.